How is everyone doing today? Hello, and welcome to Post Publishing Power Moves Day 26. And we are going to be talking about creating courses and workshops from your book. Okay, creating courses and workshops from your book. Okay, welcome to Post Publishing Power Moves Day 26. And we're diving into something powerful. Okay, it's real powerful. How to turn your book into courses and workshops. Okay, how to turn your books into courses and workshops. Okay, your book is more than just words on a page. They are more than just words on a page. It's a framework for transformation. And the transformation is what people are willing to invest in. Okay, now let's talk about how you can take your content, beyond the book and into classrooms, stages, and online communities. We want to talk about how you can take that content beyond the book and into classrooms and stages and online communities. So let's deep dive into this topic for today. Okay, babies? All right. So we want to identify the core transformation in your book. We want to identify the core transformation in your book. Okay. And that means your book likely teaches, inspires, guides readers. Okay. It is likely to teach, inspire, and guide readers. Pull out the main transformation. What is this book about? And that transformation of your course, okay? That's the foundation of your course, okay? Now, we want to break down this content into modules, okay? Break down your content into modules, okay? Each chapter can become a lesson, a module, or a workshop session. Okay, let me explain. Each chapter can become a lesson or a module or a workshop session. Okay, give you an example. When I wrote my book, Coming to Loving Yourself, I turned it into a workbook. I took topics out of this book and turned those topics into points of view in a workbook. Okay. Now, this is a memoir, and I took real good topics. I took topics out of this book of things you may have experienced in your life that you talk about in your book, right? Experience, right? And I took those experiences and I put them in a form of a workbook. Like, okay, the workbook is entitled, okay, let's start with the title. Study Guide to Building Your Self-Worth. Okay, this may be a book that has been how could I say this? The book may have topics in it that deal with self-esteem, abandonment issues, things you may have experienced in your life that were very traumatic, that bring out, that you dealt with trauma. Okay. And in this book, I have like five. I have a table of contents. In the table of contents, one is identifying your childhood experiences and with your parents. How was your experience with your parents? How did you upbringing? How was the upbringing? Were your parents involved in your life? Were they absent? Were they alcoholics, were they addicted to drugs? Were they, did you feel like you were wanted? Did you feel like you were loved? Did you feel like that you had value? Those kind of questions, those kind of questions that bring out some of the things that we're going to talk about. And then this is something else that I added to this workbook of one-on-one. When you buy this workbook, you get one-on-one consultation you get a one-on-one consultation when you purchase this book. Okay. And I've turned it into classes, private classes. Okay. That's something else I'm introducing today. Okay. That when you purchase this workbook, you also will receive private classes to talk about, to work out through the book. Me and you can work out. Me and you can work out the work. Me and you can work out what is going on in this book. We can work it out together. We can write it out together. We can deep dive into it together, because I wrote this workbook to deal with the things that I wrote about in this book. So this book is speaking about the situations, telling about the situations, and this is to work out the situation, to work out, to walk it through, to talk it out, to not hold on to it anymore. Let's release this. Let's release this trauma. Let's release the drama. Let's release all the things that you may have went through in your life as a child up until your adulthood age, and you sit down with me on a one-on-one session. Okay, one-on-one session, to get you involved in lesson. I've turned this book into lessons, private lessons, because some things are not meant to be taught in groups. I'm just going to say that. Some things are not meant to be taught in groups, and some people don't like sharing all of their private stuff in a group. So I turn it into private lessons, okay? So that is available with this book. And so each chapter can become a lesson, become modules, workshop, sessions. Okay, so this structure makes it easier for readers to apply the knowledge step by step. Okay, that's what this workbook does. Add interactive elements. Courses aren't just talking about teaching, okay? So there's about that, it's got to be about interaction. Just like the Publish Now What webinar will be interactive. And also I'm introducing the course, introducing Publish Now What course. That is really interactive. You will also receive one-on-one consultations with that, being in the course. You will also get a group session, a private Facebook group, or it might be on Substack. So I haven't really quite decided on that one with the course. And you also get worksheets, reflection prompts, group discussions, and role-playing activities. One of the activities in the course, Publish Now What, is an interview. I want to teach authors how to conduct themselves during an interview. That is part of the lesson. That's what you call interactive. It's an interactive element. It involves interaction. It involves togetherness. It involves someone. We're going to sit down. You come with me You come with me here on Riverside. That's where I do all my by virtual stuff, all my virtual stuff, my interviews and things like that. And we come and sit down and we practice having an interview, how to conduct yourself during an interview. And I send questions, I ask questions and things like that. Like, what made you write? What gave you the concept of writing this book? Okay, what idea prompted you to write this book? Or why did you put this in the book? Or tell us about such and such. It's an interview. I record it. It's practice, but it is help. It is meant to help you as an author to move to the next level instead of just saying, I don't know why I wrote this book. I just wrote it. I just had the feeling to write it, and we have to come up with better answers than that when we do an interview. Okay. And so, that's interactive. I have PDFs, PDF worksheets to work with during this course, the Publish Now What course. I also, during our lessons in this book, I also have where I give you a PDF version of this book. You get the actual copy, but you also get a actual PDF along with it. So in case you don't want to write in it, you don't want to write in it, you can always write in the download printable PDF. Okay. So, and then we decide your delivery style. We decide if it's going to be a live workshop, what kind of workshop you want it to be when it comes to your courses or, things of that nature. Whether it's going to be an online self-paced course, whether it's going to be group coaching sessions. Choose what fits your audience and your style best. Okay. So my course, Publish Now What? I'm taking this experience that I have learned over my 9 years, and I am putting it into a course, entitled Publish Now What? Okay, it's a course. Okay, and I have, we're gonna have, it's a 6 weeks course. It's 6 weeks, and we meet every week on Zoom for the group session. We have a private Facebook group. We have private one-on-one sessions for each individual that, if you have any questions for me and we want to sit down and strategize about certain things in your publishing journey. We have so many activities to do in this course. So, and I want my the course to be really interactive. Because I've been in a course before. I've been in a course, and I've had a business coach and things like that. And I'm bringing everything that I think I missed or I did not get in the course. Okay. So I wanted to bring everything that I did not get. I want to bring it to you and share it with you and share, things that we're missing. And I'm going to teach it in my own way, the way God gave it to me. Okay. So want to monetize and scale. Monetize and scale. Start small with a workshop, then extend into a full course. Then, over time, this creates multiple income streams beyond the book. Okay. Becomes multiple streams beyond the book. Start small with a workshop or a webinar. Hint, hint. Publish Now What? Free webinar. Okay. That's it. Break your book down in the webinar, into what you're going to teach each day, things of that nature. What you're going to give away, what you're going to create for them to be active, to be real active in the webinar that you're teaching. Always be ready for Q&A. Okay. So, make it small. I got mine right now. I had created this course like last year, right? And my thing is that because I think I lacked a lot of advertisement for the webinar. because it was a webinar before I introduced the course. And because the lack of what I wasn't doing cost me where it was not successful. So I'm trying this again. Sometimes, somebody told me, say maybe it was not the time for that course. Maybe, God only knows when he's prepared you to present something. It might be an idea right then and then, but then you have to turn around and get all of the information together before you even turn around and present it. And maybe you wasn't ready, but you don't have to throw that idea away. You have to throw that course away. You bring it back out, but you remember what did not work last time. You improve on the second time around. Okay. So let's go into these 5 points. These 5 points of creating courses and workshops from your book. Okay. You want to identify the core transformation in your book. You want to break the content into modules. You want to add interactive elements. We want to bring activity, interact with what they're being taught. And then decide your delivery style, whether you're going to do a live workshop or online self-paced course, group coaching session. How do you want to deliver this style of course or workshop? Monetize and scale. You can start small. Get you a group of 10. Get you a group of maybe 20. Start off small. It don't have to be nothing outrageous. And you start off, and then the more each time you present something of this nature, it is a practice. You are practicing for how to do it bigger and better and more flamboyant the next time. Increments, what you're going to add, with this time it's going to be real small. I'm going to maybe 10, 20 people. And then I'm going to increase, all right, how many people are going to come and how many people can come. And then, I've also seen others and have created courses or workshops or webinars that they charge a fee for. They charge a fee for you to be in it. They start off with a fee straight off the bat. I've seen people do that. And I always wondered, I was like, wow, like they charging? And then I thought about it. Look at all the information you get. Look at all the information you get when you create these webinars, when you create the courses, when you create you sharing your knowledge with someone. And it is a thing of you can't do everything for free. Can't do everything for free. I'm just gonna give it to you like that. In order to scale, and this is a business. It's a business. Okay, so businesses need to have income. So yes, that's what I'm giving y'all that. Okay, and so this is my I would say my second test run, and I've gotten better results because I have changed some of the ways that I have done the presentation, the launch, the everything for this webinar. And then we go into a course. Okay, I've done some totally different things. Okay, and I am totally focused. You have to be totally focused on your thing that you're presenting to others. You have to be focused. And if you're not focused and you're all over the place, it just not, it's not going to work well. It's not going to go well. But I want to give you an understanding of what is entailed when you go beyond your book. Okay. If you want to go beyond the book, creating courses and workshops is a powerful next step. And I'll be teaching more on this in my upcoming Publish Now What free webinar. It is a 4-part series starting September the 6th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is something that is very important. It is a webinar that starts in September, and you will need to register. This is the registration link on the screen. for you to register for this event. And and I will put all this information in the description box for this video. Okay. So, you just go down to the description box. I'm gonna post this on Facebook, on YouTube, and you go down to the description box and you can just go in there and click on the link and register. Okay. And so, you'll discover how to expand your message, build your platform, and create impact beyond the book. And don't forget, enrollment for Publish Now What course is now open. It's open. I'm opening it now, so we don't have to wait, and we don't have to give you time to think and process, of do you want to enroll in this course or not. It gives you time. Okay, so the early bird price is $147 until October the 1st. Okay, after that, the price moves to $197. It is a 6-week course that will walk you through every step of building momentum beyond publishing. Okay. Links are in the description to sign up for the free webinar, register for the course, or even a one-on-one consultation with me to discuss your next move. Okay? So let's build something bigger together. Let's build it together. We have so many things we could be doing, as authors, and I don't want to leave anything off the table. And so come join me for the Publish Now What, a free webinar that starts in September. Okay. And this is the link to register. Okay. I also want to let you know that one-on-one free consultations are available to you. This will be also in the description of this video. I want to say thank you to everyone that came out today, that and came out to watch the replay, or watch it from the first time it is shown on my YouTube channel. I want to thank you all for all that you do, all that you are, and all that you are as authors, and you do a tremendous job. And I thank you so much for coming today to Post-Publishing Power Moves Day 26. All right, thank you. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow on 27th. We got some more information for you. All right, love you. Bye, babies.